The Good Energy Home Generation Scheme pays people to produce electricity using green technologies of their choice. Now over 215 of these micro-generators in homes and small businesses around the country are being supported by the scheme. This year, those using hydro, wind and solar power will generate 460 megawatt hours, saving 200 tonnes of carbon dioxide. Good Energy pays 4.5 pence per kilowatt hour for all the electricity generated, including the power they use themselves. One of the biggest installations is a fire station in Richmond, London, with a 27 kilowatt solar array. As homes and businesses are encouraged by Good Energy to make a green investment, it's a win-win all round. Huddersfield, Yorkshire. With its overcast skies, it may not seem an ideal spot for solar power, but Kirklees Council is pushing locals to the front line of UK solar generation initiatives with low-cost homes and luxury apartments, making Huddersfield the UK's first and largest sun city, a model for every town in the UK. Fernside Crescent, Almondbury, a suburb of Huddersfield, may look like a typical council estate, but these seemingly ordinary homes hide a space-age secret which is powering them into the 21st century.
The project that you see here is part of a bigger project called Sun Cities, where Kirklees partnered with other local authorities in the Netherlands and Germany. And the aim of the project was to put lots and lots of solar PV in Europe to drive down the cost of PV, and obviously as a result to reduce people's fuel bills, to reduce carbon dioxide emissions. Yeah, you might think, if you've been to Spain or around Italy, they put in the solar hot water heating systems. But here, I guess you could look at it in terms of how much electricity does it make for the household. Roughly up to sort of 15% of householders' electricity needs.
Doreen Atfield is one of those proud householders.
They finally, I think, the switch was on in August. So we were sort of the first of the area to have them. I'm really pleased about it. My cupboard's a bit full up, actually. Since February 28th, it was 254. April 16th was 347. I think it's going to be great for me as far as my electric bill is concerned, because we're all electric, and that is our big bill. As I'm a pensioner now, that's going to really help with my income.
Now that the panels are accepted as part of life by the residents, the only change is a friendly rivalry.
Over at Fernside, there's been competitions for how much energy that they've produced.
Well, I think that they'll be saying, oh, how's yours making more than mine? So I think that's going to be really interesting, you know. My neighbours actually was higher kilowatts than mine last year, but over the winter time, I made more kilowatts than what she did.
With an average of less than 4 hours sun a day, it's not surprising that the initial plans were greeted with scepticism. Key to adoption was the local residents' association.
That was my job then, to go around and inform our tenants. Well, what they're going to do? I said, well, they're going to put some solar panels on your roofing. What's that for? Well, it's all for different heating and that, and of course I don't understand the technology of it, so I had to get the officers then to explain it to the tenants.
In nearby Primrose Hill, new houses built to the highest eco standards are incorporating solar PV and water heating technologies and are springing up next to older houses that have been fitted with the panels.
Down here, this is Primrose Hill Solar Village, and the houses on the outside have been here for a while. They're managed by Kirklees Neighbourhood Housing. They've had solar photovoltaic and solar thermal systems retrofitted or bolted onto the roof, so they sort of sit on top of the roof. In the middle are Yorkshire Housing Group new houses, and they've had solar PV and solar thermal systems integrated into the roofs.
Outside the city, old mill buildings, many of them derelict, stand as reminders of the textile industry. This one is being transformed into luxury private flats, complete with a spa and restaurant. It aims to be completely carbon neutral, proving that pampering and green energy can coexist.
The house building industry is a very traditionally based industry, but our marketplace is a very traditionally placed marketplace as well. We have pioneered the coming together of a traditional industry and a traditional marketplace with the innovation of green energy.
Converting a listed building isn't easy, so to augment the solar panels, a biomass boiler will provide the bulk of its heating and electricity. The sustainable energy buzz is spreading throughout the Kirklees area, and it's now hoped the council can use its knowledge to widen the market for solar power.
Our plans for, if we win the Ashden Award from the Sun Cities project, is to have a mentoring program for housing associations and particularly include messages of climate change and energy efficiency, the whole picture.
Northumberland, UK. Household heating is a major cost, particularly if you live in a remote rural area away from mains gas. Now help is at hand in the form of a free service from the Energy Audit Company. The Cavity Wall Insulation Project is giving free insulation in partnership with 3 councils and a not-for-profit installation company. Most costs are met by Scottish Power. Homes are tackled street by street and surveyed before the cost-saving measures are put in place. The whole process is designed for maximum convenience to the householder. It's so effective, there's been an 80% take-up rate. So far, 1,700 cavity wall installations have been carried out and over 500 lofts insulated. Carbon emissions are cut and householders can save about £150 per year.